Hey everybody, happy 2015. It is New Year's Day. We were up late last night and hardly got any sleep because we stayed awake until midnight to watch the ball drop and all that stuff. But new year, and have a new intro for you for my week in 8 minutes. So let's get started and see how the week's going right now. Okay, weather app fail on my phone because it's saying 34 degrees, light rain currently. So outside it should just be raining, right? It's not raining, it's snowing. Very light snow. Fail. Hi Brody, how you doing this morning, buddy, huh? You're looking outside at the white snow? Huh? Have another checkup at Dr. Shire's office, and my wife is with me today. Yay. Yeah, just getting a checkup from my hospital stay a few weeks ago. Probably going to talk about new things to get me, although I don't think since I'm doing well now I would need it. So, I don't know. But we'll see how it goes. Just want to talk a little bit about my doctor's visit that you saw in the previous video. My wife was with me, and it wasn't anything too unusual. It was more just basically a checkup. One thing that I do want to mention is that my doctor was, since my wife never has really been there for an official visit, he discussed with her, some of the things. Almost, it's funny how doctors are almost like salesmen, almost trying to convince her that I would need surgery or something to change because of the problems I have in my intestines. But she did a good job responding that she trusts me and that she's not going to contradict any decision that I make, which, good for her. I'm not saying that I'm like scared of surgery or I flat out refuse it. I understand that I might need it, but right now I'm going to take the risk and the chance that I can heal the scar tissue holistically. And I'd rather take that chance first, and it takes a while, years even. So the doctor's got to be patient with me. Now, one of my doctor's concerns was that I've been in the hospital pretty consistently, practically 4 times this year, 3 of those times having to do with a blockage in the intestine. And I flat out told him I don't care if I'm in the hospital 100 times because there's nothing that's happening that I have not anticipated. I mean, as soon as I see myself getting worse and worse instead of better and better, which is what has been happening, every consecutive time that I've been in the hospital, I feel less bad, and I almost feel embarrassed to walk into the ER, although I know I need it. And I'm just recovering faster, and I feel better. Usually that's not the case for people with Crohn's disease. Everything tends to escalate as far as the pain and just the more seriousness of the situation. Then for sure I'd recommend that that person get something done if their life is on the line. I honestly don't feel right now that I'm such a high risk that my life is on the line. So I have plenty of time, and I told my doctor if it even means going to the hospital 100 more times to get myself fixed, then that's what I'm going to do. I'd rather keep my intestines. Some people might ask, well, why would you go through all that when you can just get it fixed easily? Well, surgery isn't walk in one day and get it fixed on that same day. it takes time. There is risk for surgery as well. People have died under the knife when it comes to intestinal surgery. So you can't guarantee me that that's going to be the case, especially when I necessarily don't need it. I even had a doctor tell me last December that she'd recommend me not to have surgery. So I'm just going to keep on doing what I'm doing. And I mean, the funny thing is, the more he was trying to, I would say he was convincing me, he was just practically explaining the facts. I mean, he wasn't that pushy. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a great doctor. He's an awesome doctor. I'd recommend him to anybody. But I still need to stand my ground, and I'm glad I had my wife there with me so she could just, see what he's like. And, he is a great guy, and I'm still going to go see him. I'm just hoping that what I'm doing will work. Because I mean, personally, the reason why I think it's worth it to not have surgery is because I'd rather keep my intestines. It's just that plain and simple. And I want to see if this works. So I'm practically my own living experiment, which is fine. But anyway, besides that, that's pretty much it. But anyway, sorry, stretching. We have a lot more to go with because this is a pretty short week, but I'm going to be doing some live video next week, and then I'm going to be still doing the HeroScape show, and we're getting the ball rolling on that as well. So I will see all of you next week.